Hello, beautiful souls. This is Diane Lang from Wisdom of the Akashics. Thank you very much for visiting the YouTube channel. I always like to start out and just thank everybody for your views, your likes, your comments, your feedback, and certainly also all of the energy work clearings and sessions that I've been doing and assisting people on this crazy, crazy, crazy twin flame journey. And that's what I want to talk a little bit about today, because I think there's a lot of people that just aren't understanding the importance of being in spiritual alignment with their twin. There is so much more going on than what's going on the third dimensional level. The third dimensional level is the physical level that we're living in. It's ego based. It's what's physical in our life. It's, just thinking that everything is the way the world is the way the world is. It's just a big giant mess. And, our twins aren't doing this, and our relationships are in a mess, and our money's in a mess, and all of that. That's all very third dimensional. And there's a real argument from people who don't really want to take in and embrace the law of attraction to say, well, that's just the way it is. And it's really not true, because there are individuals on the earth who are having a very different experience. There's people that are abundant in their life. There's people abundant in their bank account, abundant in their relationships, that are in beautiful unions with other partners on the earth. So to think that this is really just the way it is, it would have to be that way for everybody if we bought in. That's very, very, very old paradigm. And I'm highly recommending that you really look at the more etheric dimensions and understanding what it is to be in spiritual alignment on more than one level. And certainly if you want to draw your twin in or be in union with them in a healthy way, because there's a lot of us that are really sitting back and thinking that it's all about the twin, what they need to do. They're not ready, they're sleeping, they're running. And all of that is actually energy that pushes them away and keeps them away, and it keeps us from looking in the mirror at ourselves. So one of the things that's been so incredibly rewarding for me in this journey, even though there's times that it is difficult, it's difficult because I'm not in physical union. It's difficult because I don't have this man that I just love and adore and would just, I like to say I just wrap him up like a Christmas present and take him home all to myself, is because we both have past life issues. We both have current life issues. We both have partners. We both have family genealogy. We both have everything that's physical in the relationship that we're in is actually different, even though we are the consciousness and we share that we are one soul and one original consciousness. We are two individuals. So we have two individual paths that we follow. We have two individual set of fears that we're operating from. We have two individual sets of family lines and experiences and abandonment and support and all of that stuff. So it's so much about looking within. This is the beauty of actually what they're bringing us. They're bringing us the opportunity to go really inside of ourselves, to look at our own selves. Where am I not in alignment with my life? Where, if we're not abundant in our bank accounts, it's actually very common that we're not abundant in other areas of our life, be it health, be it family relationships, be it good relationships on any level. Could be with our partners, our kids, our co-workers. The twin just becomes so powerful to us, because if you're in a true twin dynamic, they're changing your heart. They're changing you. They're awakening you. And they may be doing it through staying in the background so that we actually get in there, weed our own garden, do our own work, look at our own stuff. How are we attracting? How are we in alignment? And this is one of the things that really is beneficial and that I'm getting very much from my clients when I'm doing the energy clearings and the coaching and intuitive sessions with. And you can go to the website and look at the testimonial page to get some of that. I mean, I get beautiful feedback here on the videos, but I also get tremendous feedback and updates. Some of them I share on the website. Some of them are personal. I like to ask for, I ask for permission if I'm going to put somebody's testimony on the website. And so there's so many stories that are coming in, and some of them are about I've connected with my twin, I've reunited with my twin, I've heard from my twin, we're in communication. And some of them, that's not what's happening, but the inner story's changing. I'm becoming more aware of who I am. I feel lighter since I started doing this work and doing the energy work, and particularly when we do energy clearing work and the sessions, because we take the time together. And that's why I highly recommend, if you're able to take advantage of both doing a clearing, but also doing a one-on-one session with me, because you get to look at your stuff. That's what people pay me to do. They pay me to help you see where you need to be more awakened, where you need to be more aligned, because there's so much of us stuff that it's actually, we're the ones that are in the way. And I know it's a big pill to swallow, and some of us aren't really ready to. So then, I tell people, just be at peace with where you're at. If you're not really ready to own where you are in your own story, if you don't want to look at the law of attraction, if you kind of, if you find that drama is where you feel the most comfortable, it's like there's nothing wrong with that, but just be accepting of it, because when we become accepting of it, we quit beating ourselves up about it. We just realize that's just where I am right now. And there's times in my life where I have been in complete funks. I haven't really felt good about my life. And part of it was just going into complete acceptance. I'm not in a very good mood today. I feel like, I just had a really bad falling out with somebody, and I'm just planning on staying mad at them for a little while, because that's a form of protection. It's sometimes how we learn to set our boundaries. But the part that actually becomes freeing is to just be in loving acceptance of where you are. So it's a huge thing for everybody to really take on. I really, really recommend and invite you to really look at yourself, though, and look at, where am I in my story? And most of us, sometimes we just can't get there on our own. We didn't come to the earth to get through all of our stuff by ourselves. Some people go to counseling, some people watch free videos, some people reach out and hire coaches and guides, people that can guide us, and intuitives and readers and all of that. Just feel confident about who you're going to let into your story, and that they're in there in integrity, and how they enter and go into your field and assist you. When I do clearings, and I do clearing works for both twins, the twin that isn't hiring me, the twin that didn't order it and give me spiritual permission, I only go in through free will. I invite them in through free will. I say, we're here on behalf of both of you. We're here on behalf of your higher story. And if you're ready to and able to, come forward and be part of and participate in us with this clearing. And what I'm getting, and people are writing me and saying to me, it's so interesting that my twin opened up and started, mentioning things that he's never talked about before. One particular story, a lady had given her twin a book to read, and there wasn't really any interest to read it at the time, but all of a sudden she got a note, and they're reading this book. And it's because what it is, we're shifting the energetic field. Quantum physics shows that there's nothing actual physical on the earth, period, including us. We are actually moving molecules. My desk is moving molecules. My drink cup is moving molecules. When they look under at microscope, there actually isn't anything solid on the earth. And so when you understand that, you recognize that you can impact stories at an energetic level. The fifth dimension is where the highest relationship really begins. The third dimension is the physical one, where we see each other, we recognize each other, we get to have intimacy and sex and conversations and all of that. But the heart, the truth of the heart, is taking place at a higher dimension. And that's what I invite you to do. I invite you to look at that part of your life. Do it through exercises, do it through meditation, through visualizations, all of those things. So I really invite you to ask yourself, am I in spiritual alignment with myself? And am I in spiritual alignment with my twin? And how you'll know that you are or aren't is if you are in communication. If you're finding that you're always in disruption and interference, and there's always some drama going on, and you're not in communication at all. I had an experience where I've shared very openly in my videos about the separation that took place between myself and my twin. We actually had a version of falling out, yet he still constantly drives by. Sometimes I've had times where I've seen him 6, 8 times a day, 10 times a day. So the universe says, you guys might be in a form of separation, but your spirits aren't in separation at all, because we wouldn't keep running into each other. And today I went to leave my house. I came through my gate. I reached up to close my gate, and I turned around and he's passing by. And that's always, to me, that really gives me a confirmation that we're in the gateway together still. Nothing changed. We just have to physically go through some of the things that upset us. And I said before that it was his ego that got upset, not his spirit. His spirit isn't upset at me at all, because if it was, he certainly wouldn't be going out of the way, and I wouldn't be running into him, and the universe wouldn't still have us coming out and seeing each other. I mean, I went to my father's grave the other day, and just because I like to go to the graveyards, I like graveyards. I'm a bit of a different bird that way, but I like them because they're beautiful, they're peaceful, there's color, there's angels, there's flowers. I see all of that when I go. And I like to walk there because the ground, I have back surgery, and because it's ground versus cement, I feel more grounded. I feel connected to the earth. There's always these beautiful trees, and I like to walk the tree line and all of that. And, this is something like 3:30 in the afternoon. I get ready to drive away from my car. In my car, I'm completely on the other side of town, and I go to drive away in my car. And as I go to drive away in my car, my twin passes through on the highway. Way up on the highway, I see his car. Because I've told you he has a particular emblem in his car, it's easy for me to recognize him. And I just start to giggle and laugh. Sometimes I actually go into sadness, because I'm just like, oh, I just long for him so much. But I recognize that if we were ready to be in union, we would be in union. So I just constantly work on the things that are keeping us separate. If I have issues of abandonment and I work on that and I clear that, I know, because that twin soul, everything that they get, we get. And one of my real epiphanies through this video process was looking one day and all of a sudden going, I feel him and I get connected to him. He obviously does the same with me. It can't be a one-sided story in a twin soul. So I really, really invite you to get down and get dirty with your stuff. If something's coming up, be thankful that it's showing up. Be thankful that you're being shown, hey, this is a great gem for me. This is something for me to go and get, and this is something for me to work on. And I have coaching and counseling and people that come into my life. And when I'm having a tough day that I call, I don't do any of this alone. And the people that I work with, I hire to help me through my journey, and I spend time and I go into the meditations. I go into the 5th dimensional energy and work with him almost every day. And then there's some days where I just feel like, I just don't have it in me to do this today. I have other things that are a priority because I want to keep my life in balance. I want to keep my life whole. I want to keep all my relationships healthy. And because I was pole vaulted and catapulted into a form of self-love and self-awareness after I met him, even when I'm upset or I maybe feel angry about a particular situation, or, I ran into her again because I see her almost as often. I've really worked on that, about cutting and severing that relationship so that I don't have a constant visual of her in my life. And in actuality, it's working really well. And those are the things I teach people when I work with you one-on-one, is we call up, what is it that's working? Where are the parts that you just feel fulfilled and you can embrace? And then, but really, what's keeping us separate? And I don't look at them. I send the energetic healing to them. You send the energetic healing them to free will. But the communication is really, it's like taking that mirror and looking at yourself. Where am I not in an alignment? Because if I'm not in alignment, if I have abandonment issues, my twin is because of that twin soul, my twin is actually feeling that abandonment issue. If I say I'm not going to reach out, they're getting the energetic story of not reaching out. If I say I'm going to stay stuck in my stuff and they have to do something first, well, they're getting that. So really, they're just mirroring the opposite. It's not up to them to clear our story. It's to clear the pathway so that when we come into union, we have an opportunity to truly enter a relationship of healthiness and bliss and love and alignment and joy and communication. If we haven't developed a way to communicate in a healthy manner with people in general, we're just going to bring that to our story and push them away when they get there. That's a reason why some of people go in and out and in and out and in and out. They show up, we get into union, we get in a fight, we separate. We show up, we get into union, because the stuff isn't being worked on. And if you are twins and you want to have a reading where you want to actually, if you are in alignment and you are struggling and you want to do sessions with me, you can both come forward into the sessions. I mean, you can both come forward and do a twin session, and I can talk to both of you at the same time. Spirit gives me a lot of information to pass on to people. That's what I'm at. I'm an intuitive channel. And it took me a lot for me to ever admit that and let those words come out of my mouth. So for those of you that are looking at wanting to step into your gifts and stepping into your passions and stepping into healing and energy work and clearings and attunements and all of those things that we have the ability to do, and Reiki practitioners and all of that things, that those are the things that you can get. Those will help you. It'll help you to start to be open and be willing to actually express that part of your truth. And if not, there's work that needs to be done. You know, if we can't communicate our truth, it can almost be guaranteed there's blockages and fears and restrictions in your throat chakra. If you're not tapping into your own intuition, there's blocks and restrictions in our third eye. And when I do the clearing work, one of the very first things I do is I go in and clear the chakras. Because if I'm going to go in and work with you and do clearing and energetic work for you, it's like coming into a pipe that's just full of gunk. It's like eave troughs on your house. The junk is so that the water it's not passing through correctly. So there's no point going and clearing out and trying to send in messages when there's just a big, you know, it's kind of like the septic tank is full, so to speak, as yucky as that sounds. You know, so I hope that this helps you get to understand what it is to be in spiritual alignment with yourself and to be in spiritual alignment with your twin. Because when we work on ourselves, we actually, everything is felt by that twin soul. If we go clear up our garden and we build this beautiful garden and it starts to flourish and we start to be in passion with our life and our relationships, it gives them space to come in. It allows them to heal their stuff. And if you know that your twin has a lot of issues with a particular problem, trust in relationships, they've been abandoned through their life, they were treated poorly by their parents, anything like that, then just go work on that stuff. Even if you don't have the issue, that issue is a block for you because they have that issue. So you're not in perfect harmony when that issue is still running in the background for either one of you. And we don't shove it down their throat. We just say, hey, beautiful soul, that I share this beautiful experience with. I'm dedicating this work to you today. I'm going to go in and I'm going to do a visualization and bring in this beautiful relationship of harmony and trust and abundance and unity. And I'm dedicating it to you to feel it. And what happens is they start showing up in ways that are healthier. They start being less defensive. They start being more open. They start having the ability to have conversations. And a big one is, how do I even have a conversation with my twin about twin souls? If they're not a spiritual person, you pretty much have lost them the minute you mention this stuff. So you just talk about, how do you feel about relationships in the heart? Do you know what marriage of the heart is? You know, how do you feel? Do you think that you have more than one life experience? Do you think you incarnate more than once? Do you believe in true love? Do you think that there's such a thing as, you know, the right one, there's somebody on the earth that's just really right for you? You know, if you have that relationship and you have that discussion, you'll find out what their fears are, and then you go do the etheric work. Or you bring that to somebody that does the work and helps you through it. And do the clearings and do the meditations and do all of that. I do a lot of clearing work and energy work for people, and the stories that they write back to me, I don't question the work anymore. I don't question that I'm helping people. I don't question that I'm assisting relationships. And sometimes I didn't get here by I didn't just wake up and just all of a sudden just say, hey, I'm going to go clear energy for twin flames. I've been at this relationship and studying the soul and understanding the soul for over 30 years. So I feel gifted in this, and I've stepped into my gift and I'm allowing it. And so if you are somebody that it wants to even step into your gifts and you don't know how to do it, then come reach out to me. I invite you to reach out to me and talk to me about working with me, because this is a path I've already walked. And I have a coach right now in my life. I go on 2 coaching calls a week because I need to have the assistance to learn to stay in alignment with my path, and then have the strength and courage to stay true to this path and be in alignment. I mean, I literally can ask my twin, even since we've went into this form of deeper separation, I can say to him, you know what, I just feel like I just want you to let me know that we're still connected. Can you drive by here in the next 10 minutes? And can you use the highway? Like, I sit here and say this stuff, and then next thing you know, he's driving by 8-9 minutes later. So I don't question that we're connected. I don't question that he hears me, because I ask him to show me that all the time. But I ask him to show me in love, not in dysfunction, not in anger, not in frustration and impatience. When I'm in those moods, I just go do clearing work. So I hope that this is helpful to you. I hope that you're getting to understand what it means to be in spiritual alignment, what it's like, what it means to be in spiritual alignment, and that if you need assistance, reach out. This is the beauty of having so many of us on the journey and opening gateways where we all get to share in this story together. That's what this is about. Every time a twin comes into union and creates a form of alignment in their own relationship, when you believe in that we are all energetically one, you know that you're assisting and helping to heal yourself, your twin, and the whole. I read something yesterday where it says helping is healing. I thought, yes, it is. Yes, it is. What a beautiful way to say it. Helping is healing. So help ourselves, and then we do heal that world that looks so horrible and crazy and dysfunctional and messed up out there. It's not the truth. Most people are inherently kind and loving on the earth, and I don't give a shit what shows up. I don't let anybody take that away from me. I go into doubt. I get sad. I get sad when I hear stories or read things where somebody is in deep, deep pain, but I don't buy it as a spiritual truth. It's just the human condition and experience that we're all in control of. So God bless you, beautiful souls. Thank you for coming to Wisdom of the Akashics. See the links below. Reach out. Visit the website if you want to read more about me, what the invocations are, what the clearing work is. I have all of that on the website. There's links there, the tabs there that talk about the clearing work, what the invocation is, and the testimonials, and about myself also. So God bless you, beautiful souls. Have a wonderful and fabulous day. And may you find divine union with that truly beloved person that you know in your heart is growing you, challenging you, expanding you in ways that you just simply couldn't do on our own. I certainly couldn't do this on my own. And that's the part where I get very clear about. I'm very grateful for my twin for awakening me. I want him to come to a place where he is free to be in union, but I'm grateful for him awakening me, because that's what he did. God bless you. Diane Lang, Wisdom of the Akashics.